Hello everyone and welcome to the Trade Ideas Live Trading Room recap for Monday, January the 9th. My name is Barry Anderson. I'm the moderator of our trading room. This is the address to get into the room, and I share my screen and I get live on the mic between 9 a.m. and up to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I apologize for no video on Friday. We had some technical issues with our screen sharing. Hopefully all that is now rectified and we can move away from the problems we had. So anyway, basically, one great trade to talk about, ETRM. If you have been following the room or trading on your own even, you'll probably have noticed that this one has just been on a tremendous run. Again, this is one of these ones that has done a reverse split. And typically, and I call it the old days, maybe a year ago, a company that would do a reverse split, it would be the end of it. They're usually trying to do a reverse split in order to regain a NASDAQ listing. Their stock price is usually well under $1, so they do the reverse split in hopes that they can regain the NASDAQ listing. But typically in the past, these things would just completely sell off again and go into oblivion. We have noticed that there have been several spectacular stocks that have done reverse splits and then done things like this. So a lot of times what's happening is that, let me just get my crosshairs up. A lot of times what's happening is that these companies, of course, if they're smart, they'll do the reverse split and then within days they'll make some kind of a press release and get some news, get people a little bit excited. Now this is extreme. I mean, this is unbelievable. I mean, come on, this stock was $1.84 split adjusted just 4 days ago, so 3 days ago. So this is unbelievable, and luckily, we saw this one in the pre-market. It was doing, here's the pre-market action, so it was still live. It had not really sold off at all. And so this was difficult to get into. I mean, this is not easy, but what got me into it was the Alpha Predator. Notice the alert happened at 9:36 at 12:49. The price was 12:49. So this alert has been so good, even though 12:49. We're talking right about, well, right here, 12.50. So you would think, well, it's already run from 10.67. It's already had a $2 pop. But this Alpha Predator seems to still capture the momentum. So I ended up taking this trade at 12.71, right about here. Just put a mark there. And I sold some all along the way. Unfortunately, I did not hold on for this pop. I was worried, of course, that ultimately this is going to have a massive sell-off. So I sold some at 13, some at 13.20, some at 13.31, and the last part, not bad, at $15, just over 15. I think it was 15.10. Put a mark right up here, and I think it was right on that count. And then look, it came back down and thought, okay, maybe that's it. But man, it just popped again. So anyway, see what happens tomorrow. Now, here is one you might want to take a look at is GEVO. GEVO did the same thing last week, I believe. I think they did it might have been a 1 for 20 reverse split. And on a split adjusted basis, so let's say I think the day before might have been 19 cents. And so if they do a 1 for 20, that means the stock was at 380. I believe that's what it was. So it's holding that split adjusted level. Now it's not a bio though. Excuse me, it's not a bio. But what we've said in the room is that if you wanted to take a bit of a flyer on something like this, just 1 second, please. Sorry about that. I'm still trying to shake this cough that I've had for a couple of weeks. Anyway. Again, if we sort of think that eventually, within a week or so, they might come up with some news in order to, keep the stock certainly above the split adjusted level, it might be worth it to take to keep watching this one. By the time you see this video, the market may be over, but keep an eye on this one for tomorrow, all right? And see what happens. And when I say tomorrow, you might have to watch it for a week. Now, listen, there's no guarantee that they're going to come out with a press release, but if they're smart, They probably should. Something just to keep the interest in the stock. But again, there is no guarantee they're going to do anything like that. Now, here's one that didn't work, XGTI. Watch this one in the pre-market. Fantastic move in the free market. Ended up taking this one at 213, and unfortunately, I did not trade it out at 224. I had a nice little scalp on it if I wanted to, but unfortunately, then it just gave it right back up, and I got out at 205, so I took an 8-cent loss on that one. BIOC was from Holly, basically a flat trade. The trade was just over $1. I traded out of it, just wasn't moving at all. PRRTK, the same sort of thing, was another trade from Holly. The trigger was about 16. Took the trade just over the whole number, 1605. Traded it out, and it got up to 1615, but it just didn't want to move, so took a dime loss on that one. This one worked out not too badly. This is from Holly, TWOU. Put it here. Actually, it's starting to come back too. Just a second here. Let's see where the actual alert was. Chart out of the way here. So here was the alert at 33.38. There's on the blue, and it ended up taking the trade at 33.50. Waited a little bit to see if it was going to set up. Looked like it was pretty good. Took the trade right here. Had a quick pop all the way to 33.72. I actually sold some out at 33.69 on the way up, and then I got out for I think it was a 4-cent loss on the way down. Yeah, 33.46. And that is really it. I am in this one right now, CYH. Not doing really too much. A lot of these, some of these healthcare stocks, I think THC is the one that I pointed out to the room. Yeah, it's pulling back a little bit. I pointed this out to the room. Take a look on the daily chart. You'll see why. Look at that nice, look left, and you see that nice void. And I think I pointed it out on a 17 break, and it got up to 17.49. Almost right to the top here. It's amazing how that works, and it's sort of stalling right in this, right here. But love this daily action. Maybe a breakout here, and look left, and so maybe some of these healthcare stocks. That's why I took the CYH. Say I'm in it. Again, maybe this is even more dramatic. This is why I kind of like this one. Does have a lot in the float, 100 million in the float, so it's going to take a bit to move this one. As I say, I may swing this one as long as if it dips down below 630, I'll probably get out of it, and then take a look to see if it breaks 650 at some point. Because if it does, look at that void. On a percentage basis, 650 to $10 is it would be fantastic. But I'll do like this action so far. The little bit of a flag, and then a red candle on Friday, and maybe a continuation day today. So that is basically it. Now, the one you should be probably watching tomorrow also is AMG. Unfortunately, a lot of people have been trying to take the bounce on this one, and it has not worked really at all. There's been some minor bounces, but really this still trend is way down. The reason why it might be of interest to watch this one is that this is from that Be Like Water, the one that is looking for a bounce. But if it doesn't happen on the day of the actual alert, a lot of times it's a matter of just watching it the next day or the next couple of days for that bounce. And so I will certainly be watching this one tomorrow to see if it does bounce. You take a look at the daily here, and you would think, look where this popped down to 2270. You would think that this is the area, in this area, you might get some support for a bounce. So definitely I would be watching this one for tomorrow and going forward. All right, that's it. Let's see, anything else? I don't think so. And I'm kind of watching this ACHC. And same sort of thing, you can see on a daily chart that it's had a nice little break out of here. There's a little bit of room, another one of those healthcare stocks. Watching to see if it can get back over 37. All right, I'll get back to the room, and here's the cover page again. Here's the how to get into the room. It is a free room. I share no strings attached, no credit cards, no nothing. You don't have to be a member of Trade Ideas. You can come in as a guest. And I do share my screen. I usually start at around 8:45 Eastern Time and get live on the mic 9 o'clock and up to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So thanks for listening, and I hope to see you in our trading room tomorrow. Bye-bye.